Hey everyone! Today, I'm going to show you how to build a DevOps pipeline on Google Cloud Platform. We'll create a cloud build trigger that runs whenever you push code to a GitHub repo. When triggered, it will deploy a simple Flask app to a VM instance that displays a hello build trigger webpage to anyone visiting the site over HTTP or HTTPS. The core of this pipeline is the cloudbuild.yaml file, which has 4 main steps that automate the entire process. Let's dive in. Let's log in to our GCP account, open the terminal and install the GitHub CLI. Log into the GitHub CLI. Create a folder called GCP course and navigate into it. Then git clone the repo. If you want to recreate the project, fork the repo on GitHub and use your own GitHub account and repository. Enter the command block to create an artifact registry repository named DevOps repo. Check out the artifact registry repository we just created. Set permissions in Cloud Build. From the service account dropdown, select the right service account. Enable the set as pre-selected for new triggers option. Set the status of the Cloud Build service to enabled. Now let's create a Cloud Build trigger called DevOps trigger. For repository, click Connect New Repository. In the Connect Repository pane, select GitHub, Cloud Build GitHub app, and click Continue. Choose your DevOps repo as the repository, click OK, and then select it. Finally, accept the terms and conditions and click Connect. We created a cloudbuild.yaml with 4 steps. Step 1. Detect the project allowed region and allowed zones. Step 2. Build the Docker image. Step 3. Create a VM instance, deploy the image and configure Nginx reverse proxy for HTTPS. Or redeploy the image if the instance already exists. Step 4. Set up firewall rules to allow HTTP and HTTPS traffic. If you run the trigger manually or push to the GitHub repo to activate it, Cloud Build will handle everything automatically. Let's test the trigger to see if it fires when we push to the GitHub repo. Make changes to the repository and commit those changes. Check the build status in Cloud Build history. We can see that the trigger has been fired. Check the artifact registry repository. The image has been created. Find the instance under VM instances and click the external IP. We should be able to see the hello build trigger webpage over HTTP or HTTPS. Let's check out the GitHub repo. The main.py templates folder and requirements.txt files make up the app, while the Docker file, cloudbuild.yaml, and scripts folder handle automating its deployment. Open cloudbuild.yaml and you'll see the 4 steps. We modularize the bash scripts for each step by saving them as separate sh files in a folder called scripts. For example, step 3, creating or redeploying the VM, uses root/script/deploy. These scripts source env_vars.sh to store environment variables, allowing values to be accessed across scripts. Additionally, we modularize the VM setup process by moving the setup commands to setup_vm.sh, which is called at the end of deploy_vm.sh. Both setup_vm.sh and env_vars.sh are copied to the VM instance and executed there to install Docker, Nginx, and OpenSSL, run the Docker container, generate a self-signed SSL certificate, and configure Nginx as a reverse proxy for HTTPS traffic. That's about it. Hope you enjoyed the demo and see you next time.